I recently was asked by someone I was dating to go to a sports bar. I have absolutely no interest in sports. And he says, well, there's women there. I'm like, fine, let them go. I'm not going to go. There's no reason for me to be there.
Are you still dating him?
No.
Did he ever go anywhere you wanted to go?
Yeah, he did.
Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of Heat Rants. I am yo Felix Long Trousers.
Hey, Daddy!
All right, let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into this.
I want to talk about this trend where girls are coming out saying, I'm just so uninterested in men. The men are just not meeting my requirements or my needs. Baby, they always been like that. You're just not in fantasy land about men anymore. You're dealing with who they are. You're not just going off of their potential or going off of their words. You're looking at their actions and you're really truly starting to see men in masses for who they truly are. And so majority of men you are uninterested in. You may come across one that you would be interested in, but men as a whole, you are uninterested in them, and you are done with the over infatuation when it comes to them because you're no longer in fantasy land. Congratulations. You are now officially a grown ass woman, and you will start to be more selective, and you will start to make smart choices when it comes to men. And this is the place that you need to be. You have arrived. Enjoy this freedom.
All right. Hey, listen, I didn't even know this was a trend. Well, I guess I kind of did because like Jones be going online complaining all the time. Like, oh, I'm done with dating. Oh, I'm about to be a lesbian. Or these dudes ain't nothing. These dudes ain't shit. And all that stuff. Like, so I guess those complaints are a common thing, right? So I guess the new thing is to try to say you're uninterested. But I always feel like Jones are always going to be interested in dudes regardless. They just say that as a coping mechanism for the most part. But I think the reason why a lot of them think they're disappointed is because a lot of them was going after the wrong guys in general. I think a lot of them was going after the wrong guys. The guys that they're probably not on the same level on, or the guys that have showed them from the get-go that it was never that serious in the first place, right? You're going, man, which can be both. It's not only that, I also feel like a lot of joints have unrealistic expectations when it comes to these relationships and all that. Joints really believe that they don't really have to do as much as their predecessors, the women in the past used to have to do, right? They feel like dudes have to do everything. So I feel like that also skews the mind a little bit. So when a dude is not doing the above and beyond queen treatment, right? Especially when you guys are just a boyfriend and girlfriend and everything, like he's not just going above, going crazy beyond means. You might look at it as like, okay, this guy don't love me. So like this guy don't care for me.
It seems like men don't want to be men no more. And I said, why you say that? She was like, because a lot of men have a problem with taking care of a woman. I said, no. That's not what it is. The problem is y'all want everything, but y'all don't want to give back nothing.
Anything.
That's the problem. Like I have no problem with taking care of my woman, looking out for her. But my problem is if I'm doing all of this and there's no respect, there's no gratitude, there's no appreciation, there's no reciprocation, and that's the problem.
I feel like that happens to be like one of the main things, right? One of the main things I see a lot is like there's no real appreciation, right? Dudes will do certain things, and sometimes a lot of jokes will see like it's not enough, right?
Oh, well, we don't go on trips like these people do that they post on Instagram making it look like their relationship is perfect. When I go to these fancy restaurants, oh, why do you want to go to Texas Roadhouse? We should go to Wolf Chris or something like that. All these other people are doing this. Why am I with this guy? He can't even fulfill these type of...
I'm telling you, a lot of joints ignore the little things that sometimes guys do in order to make the relationship flourish, right? That I feel like back in the day, joints would be a little bit more appreciative, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I feel like joints is asking for a whole lot. And once again, once they don't get that, they feel like this guy's not giving enough. He's not doing enough, right? And the funny thing is, most of the time, they're not really doing much themselves. They're not doing much themselves. A lot of them think that their presence is just the amazing gift that keeps giving. Every time they wake up, they're like, boom, hey, listen, I'm here. I'm here. You're welcome.
If a man texts me and I'm on my way to do any type of woman maintenance, hair, nails, lashes, wax, and I tell you what I'm doing and you don't offer to pay or you just don't send no money, you can really go to hell. And you can really lose my number because, I don't know, it just bothers my soul knowing I'm telling you what I'm about to do and you know it's going to involve spending some bread and you ain't sending none. Like, leave me alone forever.
And the crazy thing is that most times, guys, we don't even need much. A little goes a long way. Just some appreciation, love, caring. That's it. Joints want a lot, and I'm telling you, they want a lot. Some more than others, some less than others. But it just seems like there's a lot for a dude to have to adhere to in order to keep the joint happy. And there's a lot of things that a dude don't want to do. And he's just like, all right, bro, because I'm telling you, we're simple creatures.
Fun fact about guys, we don't want to do anything. And women want to do things. We're going to go apple picking. We're going to go to brunch. We don't want to do any of that. We'll do it to be nice, but just know that none of us want to do it. I used to go out with this girl and I would fly in from a gig. Let's say my flight landed at 4. She'd be like, when do you fly in? And I go, I fly in at 7. She'd be like, oh, all right, I'll come over at 7 and we'll hang out. But I needed those 3 hours to just fart, shit, decompress, unpack, watch a fucking TV show. So I would lie to her just to get myself a little charge up time. I would open the door and be like, what are we doing today? It's Sunday. Let's go out. I was like, I want to kill myself. So no guy wants to do anything. We'll do it, but we don't want to.
As time goes on, more and more joints will have this mentality that there's like, yo, these dudes, they're not for us. They're not doing enough for us. They don't show enough appreciation. They're not providers like the guys in the past, even though inflation is crazy and the money don't stretch the way it used to stretch back in the past. And you know, they said what, by the year 2030, majority of joints, or like 45% of joints, is going to be single and childless. Like, I mean, it's going to get pretty wicked out here, man. I don't think joints is meant to be alone.
I recently was asked by someone I was dating to go to a sports bar. I have absolutely no interest in sports. And he says, well, there's women there. I'm like, fine, let them go. I'm not going to go. There's no reason for me to be there.
Are you still dating him?
No.
Did he ever go anywhere you wanted to go?
Yeah, he did. But I did not want to go.
So you weren't willing to go just for him? Not because it's not something that interests you, but you were not willing to make that?
There's nothing about the vibe that I like. Sports bar, not for me.
Did you like him?
Yes, I did, to a certain point. Did I try to change that part of him? No. Did I accept that part of him? Yes. Was I going to change myself to be with him, to do that? No.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how old. It's like the mentality, son. It's crazy. I'm just happy for my chocolate sisters being there, right? My ebony queens. they were pretty much looking at her like, okay. Like the one joke is like, oh, are you with him? No? Okay. Like, you gonna die alone. You gonna die alone. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of joints like this that are gonna end up being just like her. She probably got cats. She probably has a little mini safari in her house of just straight felines just going everywhere, scratching posts all over the place, you know, cat piss drippings all over. Like, I'm telling you, it's the destruction of a lot of joints. And I feel like a lot don't want to reciprocate the love, right? They don't want to reciprocate the love, or like I said, they're choosing the wrong guys. They're choosing guys that is like, yo, this guy is clearly not the right one for you, but you're expecting him to adhere to the standards that you already made, which are probably most likely already unrealistic. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense, but I feel like I don't think it's a small selection of guys. I feel like majority of dudes out there are good enough guys for you to be with. That's just my honest opinion. I can't really say that vice versa. Maybe because I'm a misogynist, I'm not sure. But I feel like a lot of joints nowadays seem to have that weird, unrealistic expectation. But I feel like really a majority of guys is willing to really be in a relationship and have it flourish and be nice, you know? But joints is coming in with unrealistic expectations, man. I might be biased because also I've anecdotal evidence of dudes that I know who I know personally are good guys. Not like the definition of women when they say their friends are good girls, but then once they explain to you the stuff that their friends done, I'd be like, yo, she's not that good of a person. You know, so I'm talking about, I know guys who don't cheat, you know what I'm saying, who try their darndest to do good for their girl, and they keep getting the short end of the stick because of some unrealistic stuff that the joints is out there putting. And then the girl ends up complaining and saying like, you're not doing enough. So, I mean, that I really feel like that's the cause. I feel like a lot of joints just really have weird expectations of relationships, and they're just destroying it for themselves and others. Be honest, because sometimes this makes guys be a little bit more jaded, and this also pushes this propaganda or this BS to other women. They believe that, you know, they shouldn't anything less than the crazy things that they expect is propaganda. That's what I think though. I could be tripping. This whole video could be a reach. I'm not sure. But let me know in the comments below what y'all think. What do you think? Do you feel like it makes sense for joints to be like against like dudes in the sense of I'm tired of joints. I'm uninterested. The dudes is not something I should care about. Or do you feel like, no. You got to lower down your expectations and come into reality. And then you will find true happiness. I'm telling you, a lot of joints say that they're down to earth and they're humble, but they're really not. I don't care. I'm not out here to sugarcoat it for y'all, son. It's the truth. But that's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.